All righty. Welcome, everybody, to the fifth episode of Doug's Dugout. And once again, we've got Doug Blunt back in the house to talk about baseball. Doug, welcome back again.
Glad to be back, Danny. I'm wearing my baby blue baseball cap today in
Uh
honor
huh.
of Bruce Sutter that passed away yesterday, and we can talk about him later.
Yes, we did hear about that. So, Doug, tell us the latest with regards to what's going on in baseball in the postseason.
Okay, you want to take it away and show
Yep.
our
let's go
brackets?
ahead let's go ahead and head to the scoreboard here. If you just give me a
Okay.
second, somewhere around here. Alrighty, here we go. So here's the postseason, and today we've got a couple of games there. You want to talk about
Yeah,
these games?
yeah. Can you blow that up full size? Is that possible?
Well, I can scroll to the graphic.
Yeah, there you go. Let's go to that. Okay. So
Yeah.
let's talk about last week. This is what happened last week was that um, my Cardinals played the Philadelphia Phillies in St. Louis, both games. We blew that first game. We were 2-0 in the ninth inning. And like I said last week, our relief pitcher, Hensley, couldn't find the plate after one out. And the Phillies came back and won that game. And
Yeah.
then the next night, we had our ace going, Miles Mikolas, and they had Aaron Nola going, the Phillies, and they won that game. It was a close game. It was a well pitched game, but the Cardinal bats just went silent. The only good thing that came out of the whole deal was that the last time Albert Pujols was up, he hit a double down the left field line,
Uh-huh.
and the last time Yadier Molina was up, he got a base hit in the ninth inning.
Yeah.
So it's the Cardinal fans are very disappointed. Obviously, there's been a lot of talk if Arenado is going to opt out of his contract, and Goldschmidt didn't hit a lick, neither did Arenado,
Yeah.
and so it's on to next season.
Well, definitely
So the
there's the
Phillies, the Phillies are
bloodletting.
hot.
Yeah.
The Phillies are hot.
Yeah.
And then on the other game, San Diego, can you scroll down
Sure.
a little bit? In the National League, San Diego and the Mets got upset by San Diego. Um,
That
and
was a surprise, wasn't it? Because I thought you said that the Mets
yeah,
had a pretty good chance.
yeah, the polar bear, his bat went silent, and they actually beat him in New York too, which is even
Wow.
rough. Yeah. So, and San Diego is finally living up to its potential. That
Yeah.
they went like we said last week. They went out of the trading deadline. They picked up all these ball players, and now they've reached they're finally playing up their potential that they thought they would.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Mets and the Cardinals are knocked out, and then interesting to note, both those teams that won are wild card teams. The
Wow.
Cardinals won their division, and the Mets won their division.
Wow.
So
It's not like they clinched their division outright, huh? Huh?
yeah, like we've always said, is that once a team gets hot in the playoffs in a short series, okay, they can go all the way. And when the bats start hitting, like the Cardinals, they won like 106 games in 2004, and Boston beat them in 4 games straight in the World Series. So it's all about getting hot.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Philadelphia, they're playing Atlanta.
Right.
Okay, in Atlanta. Okay, and I believe Philadelphia may be the team to watch on this World Series because they smoked Atlanta both games. They had,
Yeah.
we've said that Atlanta's got the great pitching staff, and their bats have gone quiet, and the Philadelphia bats have got hot,
Yeah.
and they've been getting some good pitching.
Wow.
So I now pick Philadelphia over Atlanta.
Yeah. And what
Yeah.
about San Diego and the Dodgers there?
I'd have to go with the Dodgers still.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
The Dodgers just got too much depth. They
yeah,
got pitching, they got hitting, they've got everything. And they're
yeah,
playing Los Angeles too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what about on the other side?
Okay, over in the on the junior circuit. Okay, Cleveland beat Tampa Bay.
The
Okay.
Guardians.
Yeah. And I still can't get over that Guardians deal. I want to call them the Indians all the time. And then
Now,
uh
we need to be
and
PC correct.
they've started a series with the Yankees.
Yeah,
Okay, in Yankee Stadium, and they're tied up. They had a rain out. I believe it was Thursday,
right.
so they had to play yesterday afternoon. And
Wow.
Cleveland's got a good team.
Yeah.
Cleveland's got a good team. I'm still not impressed with the Yankees. I mean,
Now,
they got Aaron Judd. Go
yeah.
ahead.
No, go ahead. Were you surprised that they beat Tampa Bay?
No, I wasn't.
Yeah,
I wasn't surprised a bit.
yeah,
And then the Yankees, they got, even though they got Aaron Judd and he's hit 61 homers, that's about all they've got. I mean, really, Donaldson, he's like a 225, 230 hitter. And there's an ex-Cardinal named Bader, fan favorite. I haven't seen him. I don't know how he's doing. But then a lot of those, the Yankees are so, they spent all that money on talent and they're not really playing that great.
yeah.
And they're pitching, their ace reliever Chapman, he's out on rehab over I think a drug abuse problem, I think.
Huh.
So he's not going to play at all.
Yeah.
Drug abuse or alcohol abuse, one of the two.
Or a
And
combination of
so
both.
probably.
And then you've got the
Um,
Mariners.
yeah, the Mariners, they beat see who is they beat.
I can't tell the. Oh, it's Toronto. The Blue
Oh yeah, they
Jays.
beat Toronto. Yeah. Toronto had a
Dave
I thought the
Thurston's
Toronto
team.
Yeah, I thought Toronto had a stronger team, but once again the bats went quiet and Seattle got hot. Seattle's got a nice young ball club with some budding superstars on it.
Yeah.
And they went up to Toronto and they beat them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and they're playing Houston right now. I look for Houston to wrap it up tonight.
You do?
Yeah, if they play tonight, I think they play tonight.
Yeah.
And I think Houston. So it's probably going to be this time next week. It's probably going to be Houston and I think Cleveland in the
Yeah.
American League. And
then
the
on the
National League, it's
National
going to
League?
be the Dodgers and the Phillies.
Yeah. And what's your prediction for the final?
I
If you
think
want to
it's
go
going to
that
be
far.
Houston. I'm going to go with Houston this year.
Houston is
They've got
winning
too
the
much.
World Series, or Houston is
Yeah,
winning.
I think Houston will be in the World Series with the Dodgers, but I think that Houston still is going to beat the Dodgers.
Wow.
Houston's got too many weapons.
Yeah.
They've got, excellent hitting, excellent pitching. Their pitcher is probably a Cy Young reliever this year. And they've got other pitchers. They're too strong of a team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of interesting to see what this week brings,
Especially if when they play in Houston, because being in a dome stadium, the crowd gets all fired up, okay? And it really
Right.
brings down the joint where LA fans are kind of laid back. Okay. They're kind of laid back. The Dodger fans are. Most of them come to the game late and they leave early.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because, so they can beat the traffic.
Yeah.
And you're going to have the usual celebrities and stuff at the Dodgers games, but I think it's going to be Houston.
Yeah. All righty. Well, somebody famously died this week. Let me go ahead and flip to that. Give me 1 second. And hopefully we'll see this here on the screen. Give me 1 second, Doug. Hold on. Let's see here. Oh, wrong screen. Let's see here. Huh. There we go. I think we're going to get it now. Let me just bring. Uh-oh. My doggies are in full. They're barking up a storm. Probably the mailman.
Yeah.
There we go. Let's.
Here in the projects, we don't get mail here. We have to walk up to down the road here to.
Yeah. All righty.
Okay. This is Bruce Sutter. He played for the
Give me a
Cubs.
second.
And you do that every time, every day. You're ready to do that, and you're doing it 80 times a year. And once you get that feeling and you have a little bit of success, and then the 27th out doesn't become that hard. It's the prettiest jersey by far. It just meant something to me. As soon as we came with the Cardinals, then right away you felt like you could get to the playoffs of the World Series, and it was just fantastic. And to be remembered now as one of the all-time Cardinals, it's fantastic.
Sutter from the belt to the plate. A swing and a miss, and that's a winner. That's a winner. A World Series winner for the Cardinals.
There you go.
Yeah, Bruce Sutter, he started out with the Cubs. He hurt his arm in the minor leagues, and a Cub minor league instructor showed him how to throw the split finger fastball.
Yeah.
And that pitch got him into the majors. He came up, I believe, in 76 with the Cubs, and he won the Cy Young, I believe, in 79 with the Cubs. And then the Cardinals made a trade with the Cubs. They traded Kenny Reitz, Leon Durham, and another ball player to Bruce Sutter.
Yeah.
That was a big trade for the Cardinals when Whitey came in, because Whitey Herzog knew that he had to have a closer, and Sutter was the best closer in baseball at that time.
Wow.
He came to the Cardinals. He did fantastic. We won the World Series in '82, and that was a year that they came out with the baby blue. Even though, on the away games they wore baby blue uniforms and the baby blue hats and stuff. Okay,
Yeah.
So the '82 World Series, he'll always be well known for that. He played for the Cardinals 2 more years, and then he went on. He got a free agent deal with Atlanta. Went down there for 4 or 5 years till like 1988, and he hurt his arm, and then he had to retire. But
Wow.
he got elected to the Hall of Fame in 2006. He's the only pitcher that's been in the Hall of Fame that's never started a baseball game.
Wow.
And the Cardinals have a thing in Busch Stadium every year. They call it the Red Jacket, and the players that are they elect a Cardinal Hall of Fame. We got guys like Kenny Boyer, Bob Gibson, Jack Buck, Augie Busch, Stan Musial, Enos Slaughter, Ozzie Smith, all those guys. Okay, Bruce Sutter's out there under 42.
Wow.
Same number of Jackie Robinson. Jackie Robinson's out there too, but Jackie Robinson's on all the teams Hall of Fame. But Bruce Sutter, great pitcher. He'll probably be well known. I mean, he was the split finger fastball, which they still throw today.
Yeah.
And it's a good pitch. Looking back, about 1982, I think it was, is the Cardinals played the Cubs, and Willie McGee, all-time Cardinal great, that's now coach, he's out on the wall out there. He went 5 for 5, but that game will always be known for when Ryan Sandberg hit the home run off of Bruce Sutter and won the game in like the 10th inning. Wow. It was. And that game went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Bob Costas announced it in Game of the Week, and everybody thought Willie McGee was going to be the hero because he went 5 for 5, but it turned out to be Ryan Sandberg for the Cubs.
Wow.
But Suter came back to St. Louis every year, and he put his red jacket on and rode around in the convertibles, and you saw the crowd there, where they honor all the greats. Now,
Right.
I thought something was wrong because he usually makes it every year. This year he didn't make it.
Yeah.
And when they honored Pujols and Molina and those guys, and when Ted Simmons went in, and those guys, okay, well, Ted Simmons been in for a couple of years, but when Matt Holliday went in on the Hall of Fame, he wasn't there. I was surprised to see him. I was surprised not to see him there because he always came back with his sons on that. But this year he wasn't there, so I don't know what he died of.
Yeah.
I don't think it was anything.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't think it was anything. I don't think it was drugs or alcohol abuse or anything like that. I think he might have just died of a stroke or a heart attack or something. I don't know.
Now, is that cap you've got on, is that an original?
No, I bought it off Amazon a few years ago.
Oh, okay. Because, I can't recall ever seeing Baby Blue, but of course, keep in mind, in 1982, I was 10 years old. So,
well, in the 80s, the Cardinals wore the baby blue uniform,
yeah,
like a Suter, on the road, and not the most prettiest uniform in the world, I didn't think, But
well, it can't be as bad as the Houston Oilers uniform.
Yeah, really. And a few years ago in St. Louis, the Cardinals brought that uniform back on the weekend away games.
Yeah,
that's what they wear.
Yeah.
So it's like, and the 80s, for the Cardinals, and Suter being part of it, they had the great teams under Whitey Herzog, the White Rat. They won the World Championship in '82. They won the division in '85, '87. They won the division again, and you had all-time Cardinal greats like Suter, Ozzie Smith, Ken Oberfeld, Bob Forsch, Darrell Porter, Keith Hernandez, all those guys. So there's probably more Cardinals on that wall out there in left field from the 1980s than there is probably in any other era. It was an exciting team to watch because they did it with speed. Yeah. They played in Old Bush Stadium, and it was AstroTurf, and it was the old type of AstroTurf.
Yeah, and one that you could get hurt on.
Yeah, and Tommy Herr was the second baseman. Willie McGee was the center fielder. Ozzie, of course, so we all know about the Wizard, and Hernandez was on first base, and then later Silent George Hendricks, and it was Whitey ball. They stole bases, they hit and run, not a whole lot of home run power, not like it is now. Yeah, just a lot of running. It was an exciting team to watch.
Yeah. Well, definitely, I didn't like the old Houston colors either, to be honest with you. Today they probably would have been more acceptable since they were kind of rainbow-like.
Well, now they've got that Space City they wear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the old style back in the days of Nolan Ryan when he played, and Berkman, with and J.R. Richards stripes in the front.
I remember that. Yeah.
They still wear those occasionally now.
Yeah. I remember attending lots of nosebleed games up at the old Astrodome. That's for sure. That's all I could afford.
It's kind of sad. It's kind of sad what happened to the Astrodome. I saw something the other day, and it's just vacant,
Yeah. Well, the county, Harris County, still doesn't know what to do with it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
As about the Astrodome. As a matter of fact, Elvis Presley. I just finished a book on Killing the Legends by Bill O'Reilly, and there's a chapter. It's divided up in three ways: Elvis Presley, John Lennon, and Muhammad Ali. The part about Presley, Presley played the Astrodome. He was the first rock star or music star that played the Astrodome.
Yeah.
He had a revolving stage, and it was a cattle show.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they booked Elvis Presley on there, and they said the first night was just terrible. because the acoustics was just lousy, and they
Yeah.
finally got through that,
Yeah.
And then
I attended
and
a
then,
few of those rodeo shows with a few
yeah,
artists.
the promoters didn't. Elvis had some black women as a backup singers for him called I think they're called the Inspirations. And originally the promoters didn't allow the black singers to participate.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elvis said, "I'm not going to go on until you let them on."
Yeah. Have you
They're with
seen
me.
the new movie of Elvis? It's out on
I have.
stream. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was pretty good.
I thought it was pretty good. Pretty
the only
accurate.
thing is they really demonized Colonel Parker, which he wasn't a colonel, by the way.
Oh no. Yes, we all know how those farmer employers have got colonels, right?
Oh yeah, we know a few colonels.
We know a few colonels. Okay, we knew a few colonels. Not to mention
Not to mention
It was
Colonel
good.
Sanders. He was also no colonel.
That's what Glenn Beck looks like now. They're always making fun of him and looking like Colonel Sanders. Halloween, he usually dresses up like Colonel Sanders.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
All righty,
his
Doug.
white hair has got the goatee and everything.
Yeah. All righty, Doug. Well, it looks
Okay,
like
well we'll
we've
see
wrapped
what
up the week.
we'll see what the playoff picture is for next week, and then we'll probably know when the World Series is going to happen.
Yeah, it's getting exciting. It's getting exciting.
Yeah.
All righty, Doug. Well,
Okay.
Once again, thank you for coming on and giving us the latest on baseball. And we've got another week to go here to see who's going to be in the finals. And then we'll head off to the World Series. All
Okay,
righty,
Dan.
everybody. Everybody.
And that's the winner.
Yep. That's it for us for today. Hope you all have a great week. And tune back next Saturday to get the latest on baseball. Thank you for watching.